Imagine waking up excited about your work again. No more burnout, no more feeling trapped, no more wondering, is this really all that there is? Now imagine staying exactly where you are 5 years from now, feeling just as frustrated and just as stuck. The difference between those two futures? What you do today. And I'm about to show you how to start your reinvention without the fear or the overwhelm or the guesswork. Let's be honest, mid-career can feel heavy. Maybe you've spent years climbing the ladder only to realize that ladder is leaning against the wrong wall. Or maybe you're burned out and wondering, is this it? You're not alone. A recent survey found that over 50% of mid-career professionals feel disengaged at work, and almost 1/3 dream of switching careers but feel stuck because of financial obligations or fear of failure or simply not knowing where to start. Trust me, I've been there too. I used to think that reinvention meant blowing everything up and starting completely from scratch. But here's what no one tells you. It doesn't have to be that hard. There's this myth that reinvention requires massive risk. You quit your job, take a huge pay cut, and start over from zero. Sound familiar? Well, I'm here to tell you that that is not the only way. Reinvention doesn't have to be about starting over. It can be about uncovering what's already within you and making small, intentional shifts. You don't need to blow up your life to begin a new chapter. In fact, the more strategic and gradual your approach, the more sustainable your reinvention will be. All right, now let's get into the good stuff. Here are the steps to reinventing your career that no one talks about. These are the shortcuts that can truly make a difference. Step 1 is audit your energy, not just your skills. Most people focus on their resume or their LinkedIn profile when they think about career reinvention, but I want you to take a step back and ask, what energizes me and what's draining me? This energy audit is a game changer. For me, I realized that working within the constraints of the healthcare system in a traditional capacity drained me. But teaching and coaching and creating lit me up. That insight was the first domino in my reinvention. Step 2 is borrow an identity. This is a fun one. Start acting like the person you want to become before you officially arrive. It's called identity borrowing, or as Todd Herman calls it in his really great book, the alter ego effect. When I was transitioning out of medicine, I started introducing myself as a wellness coach well before I truly felt like one. It might feel awkward at first, but it's incredibly powerful for building momentum. Step 3 is look for the overlap zone. This is where your skills, your passions, and market needs intersect. It's often in this overlap zone that your next opportunity lies. For example, along the way, I realized that I could combine my expertise in health with my passion for teaching to create training programs for wellness entrepreneurs. That overlap unlocked a whole new chapter for me. Step 4 is leverage your hidden strengths. Sometimes the key to reinvention lies in skills or talents that you've totally overlooked because they come so naturally to you. These hidden strengths often hold untapped potential for a completely new direction. For example, maybe you have always been a great listener, which could lead to coaching or counseling. Or perhaps your knack for organizing chaos could open doors in project management. The key is to reflect on what people often compliment you on or come to you for help with. These are clues to strengths that you might be undervaluing. Step 5 is take strategic micro risks. Reinvention doesn't have to mean giant leaps. It's about taking small, calculated risks to test the waters. Maybe you start a side project or take a certification or freelance in a new field. These micro risks build confidence and open doors without the pressure of an all or nothing leap. Now, let's talk about fear for a second. It's totally normal to feel scared when you're thinking about change. But here's the thing. Fear is just a sign that you're stepping out of your comfort zone, which is exactly where growth happens. The key is to take action with the fear. Reinvention isn't about being fearless. It's about being courageous enough to move forward anyway. And remember, you're not starting from scratch. You're building on everything that you have already learned and experienced. list. So here's my challenge for you. Take one small action today. Maybe it's auditing your energy. Maybe it's mapping out your overlap zone or drafting your identity manifesto. Whatever it is, just start. And if you need some extra inspiration, be sure to grab my free guide, 50 Ways to Build Multiple Streams of Income. It's packed with ideas to get you started on your reinvention journey. The link is in the description below. Also, one of the biggest mistakes that people make when trying to reinvent themselves is waiting for clarity to magically appear before taking action. But the truth is, clarity comes through action. That's why I'm such a big believer in having a simple but structured plan to guide the process. Nothing overwhelming, just a clear framework to help you to stay on track. That's actually why I created my printable planner called the Well-Planned Method. Because when you're making big changes, having a system in place can make all the difference. I will link it below if you want to check it out. I hope this video gave you a new perspective on what's possible. If you found it helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this, and share your biggest takeaway below in the comments. I would love to hear what you're working on. If you enjoyed this video, I think you're going to love the one that I have got coming up next on the next screen, and I will see you there. Oh, this chair is kind of creaky. I should maybe consider a different chair. That was the insight. That was my first or freelance in a new field. Did I say field? I don't know if you heard it. Okay, let's do it again.